And I'm literally the only one that has complete control of my own fate in the show.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So this right here is a mandatory video because you do not see the reigning Olympia champion guest posing this close to the show, especially this close to the Olympia. So first impression, the conditioning on Samson Dauda looks mind-blowing, especially for 6 weeks out. I mean the fact that he still has so much time to fine-tune things and bring out more detail. Dare I say, this looks pretty much close to the level of conditioning that he had on the day of the show last year at the Olympia when he won his first ever send-out. So the other thing that instantly jumps at you and you notice it right away is the fact that Samson right now isn't looking as massive as he normally is. He doesn't have that wow factor, the massive size that makes him so unique. And that could be because of a couple of reasons. First of all, because of traveling. And second of all, the man must be very flat here because he has been dieting for almost 2 months now. Maybe more than that if I'm not mistaken. So you guys all wanted to see how Samson Dauda is gonna look like. Shredded to the bone and absolutely ripped. So this guest posing and the way the man is looking right now, that pretty much confirms that he's gonna be in the best condition of his life in 6 weeks time. And safe to say that that is their game plan going for this year's Mr Olympia. Bring out more detail, more separation that the judges and the fans just keep on telling him that he needs to close that conditioning gap between him, Hardy, Derek and the mutant. So hopefully by the time Olympia comes, he also gets his wow factor back, especially in his upper half. Because the legs on him right now, they are looking pretty damn massive. So if you listen to Samson's stance on Fuad's podcast and their latest episode regarding what he needs to do for this upcoming Mr Olympia to defend his title, then he is 100% right.
Okay, I know what the top 4 is going to be like.
You're right.
I know it's going to be obviously me and Nick, Hardy and Derek. I'm already so vision and that's what's going to be like. How that's going to flip flop, I have no idea. Because it's got to literally come down to what happens on the day when we stand on that stage. So I have no idea. But one thing I'm fighting for is to make sure that I'm the last man standing. So I'm like, that's my job, So when you kind of doing it now, because I know for a fact that my job is probably the most simplest.
He's the only guy who is 100% in charge of his own destiny. Because some of these other guys, they kind of have to rely on some factors which simply aren't in their hands. Like some guys ahead of them, they need to come in off. But Samson on the other hand, if he comes in dry and shredded and peeled to the bone like never before, he's more than likely to win the Olympia again. While every single competitor out there that he named here in his top 4, namely the mutant, Derek and Hardy, they all have other things to worry about. For instance, in case of the mutant, Nick's issue is his structure, his aesthetics. And for him to win the Olympia, he needs guys like Samson Dauda to come in off. Derek's issue is the lack of hardness in the chest and the shoulders area. Plus, he has to make sure he holds on to all that muscle, all that volume on his lower half. Hardy's right leg, that was looking a bit downsized in one of the updates that he posted at about 8 weeks out. So that could be an issue. And all Samson Dauda has to do is to come in ripped, bring out more detail, and close that conditioning gap between him and all these other guys.
Whilst the other guys somehow have to keep their shape, be conditioned, put muscle here or put muscle on their legs or anything like that, I just have to be in shape.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm literally the only one that has complete control of my own fate in the show.
Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So those quads on Samson Dauda are looking the best in the world, and that too already at 6 weeks out. Already separated and all feathered up. Abs are looking very tight. Back is looking very improved, especially in terms of width. And most importantly, he still is the biggest guy on the road to this year's Mr Olympia. So it's pretty crazy that Samson Dauda committed to doing this guest posing just 6 weeks out of the biggest show of the year. But on the other hand, that is so like Samson Dauda, doing a show 2 weeks before the Olympia, doing guest posings doing the Arnold after winning the Olympia. And that just goes to show us how confident our reigning Olympia champion is right now. So this preview is also a warning sign to all the top Olympia contenders to bring their 100%, bring their A games, if they want to have a shot at this year's Olympia title and dethroning Samson Dauda. So let me know what you guys think. How do you guys rate this guest posing and the physique that Samson Dauda is rocking right now? So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.